Hi everyone, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. So I'm going to be talking about my autumn winter essentials in this video. Now here in the UK we are still in autumn, we've got a couple more weeks left until we are into winter, but here in the UK at this time of year it is very cold, it's often quite wet and also quite windy as well, so not the kind of weather that I really enjoy. I'm a naturally really cold person year round, so I don't tend to do well this time of year. So my essentials do cover a few things like practical items like clothing, and then I've also got some sort of skincare recommendations as well. And I am aware that there are lots of recommendations that you can sort of make for this time of year, but these are just my personal recommendations. So if you have any as well that you'd like to share, please leave me a comment down below. So I have 9 essentials that I want to talk about. So starting off with the more practical side of things, which kind of comes into the clothing category, I'm going to start off with earmuffs. These earmuffs are £2 and I bought these from Primark about 3 years ago perhaps, and they are still in really good condition. They're extendable as well, so you can push the ears down, and they're just so comfy. It's honestly one of the best £2 I think I have ever spent. They look quite cute as well, you know, you've got the cream inside and it's a grey on the outside as well. It's like a knitted effect, so really quite cute. They're gonna go with lots of different outfits, and they work as well. They keep your ears nice and warm, but also really practical for really windy days as well. So I live quite near to a beach, and at this time of year I can take my dog on the beach, she's allowed. And if I take her down there, it might be a nice day, but it might be really windy, so I will wear these and it just stops my ears kind of getting any earache later on during the day. Really easy to wash as well. I think I just chucked this in a sink full of water. I don't think I put these in the washing machine. I think these are too delicate to go in the washing machine, but really easy to clean. Just honestly a great £2 well spent. So if you are after some earmuffs, please don't think you have to spend loads and loads of money on a pair. £2 Primark does the job. So the next item is one that I wear every single day at this time of year. So from about sort of September, October time right through to March, April, I'm sort of guessing, is when I would wear this item, like I say, every single day. And it is thermal socks. I have a couple of pairs here. So really thick, warm socks. Now I think these ones are heat warmers. Yep, heat warmers. But you can get loads of different types of socks, and they're so fluffy inside. Now I think I have mild Reynolds. I think I'm saying that right, Reynolds. But it's basically where your hands and your feet, but in my case it's more my feet that's an issue. Your hands and feet have really poor circulation, they get incredibly cold, they go numb as well. So my feet are always year round, even in the summer I wear socks, my feet are always icy cold, honestly. Icy cold. They're not just cold, they feel like ice basically, and they turn blue and purple, so it's not that attractive. It does look like sometimes my feet should belong to a corpse. It looks like my feet belong on a dead body that you might see in a film, you know. So very, very attractive, but also a right pain because my feet get numb, they get really sore, and it takes them absolutely ages to warm up. And sometimes I have gone the opposite way and ended up getting chilblains because my feet have gone from being so super cold to being quite warm. So I wear these socks a lot at this time of year because it just helps to keep my feet warm, or as warm as they can get. Not very practical though, so if I am going out I can't put a shoe on over the top of these, but round the flat when I'm working from home they are absolutely fine. These ones I think were a gift. I think these were from Amazon, I think, but these ones are great because they have the little gel bits on the sole of the sock, so these are kind of a little bit like a slipper sock in a way, so you're not going to slip if you go into like a tiled or laminated floor. You do have a bit of grip with these types of socks, and are fairly inexpensive as well, these types of socks. Heat warmers probably around about sort of £10 I think, But if you are like me and you do get really, really cold feet at this time of year, investing in something like this, buying a few of these types of socks really does help. And then last item in terms of like the practical clothing is on a similar vein to the thermal socks, and it is some thermals. I have some here that I bought last week from M&S. I have previously bought thermals from Next and they were pretty good, but I do tend to get my thermals now from M&S. So I picked up 2 long sleeved thermal heat gen tops, and I picked one up in like a nudie kind of camel colour, and then a nice sort of like ivory colour as well. So these are really going to be practical underneath any top, any jumper at this time of year. Long sleeve as well, so that's really handy. It's making sure that my wrists are also warm. It does have a scoop neck and it's not too low cut, but I think you can also buy the polo neck thermals from M&S as well. So if you wanted to make sure that sort of this part of you is kept warm as well, you do have that option. In terms of sizing, I read a lot of reviews before I bought any, and some people said your normal size is fine, some people suggested a size up, 2 sizes up. So I did that. I tried my size up and the next size up from that, and I found that 1 size up from my normal size was perfectly fine. To be honest, there wasn't much difference between the 3 sizes, so you can get away with going for your normal size, but if your normal size is out of stock, then you can get 2 sizes above. It's not going to be hanging off you. So yeah, I picked these up in a size 12, so I now have about 4 of these, I think, and these are £12 each, so not a bad price at all. But I think they do the Thermal Heat Gen Plus for £15, so an extra £3. But to be honest, I'm perfectly fine with these at the moment, so I don't feel the need to spend that little bit more on the plus one, but I might give it a go at some point. But for now I saved myself £3 each by just sticking with the normal ones. And then I also picked up some Thermal Heat Gen leggings. Again, same thing, I bought 1 size up, and this pack of 2 was £24, and this is just a black pair, so really practical. I can wear them under sort of like work trousers, I can wear them under like jogging bottoms. I've not tried them underneath jeans though, so I can't really comment on how these work underneath jeans. I think it just depends on the style of jeans you're going for. Skinny jeans, no. But if you're going for more of a relaxed mum style type of fit, then you might be able to get away with wearing these underneath your jeans. In terms of bulkiness, these aren't bulky at all. As you can hopefully see, the material is very thin. Thin enough that it's not going to add extra bulk to your clothes. You're not going to really have to think, well, I can't wear that over the top because it's going to bunch up, it's going to be really visible. But it's also effective at keeping you warm as well. So you might look at it and go, well, that's really thin, how is that going to keep me warm? It does. So a really handy thing to make sure you have plenty of at this time of year. Okay, so moving into sort of skincare, body care type of products then. So one of my things that I wear more often this time of year is a cuticle oil, and this one is by OPI, and I have about half of it left. So at this time of year, you do notice that your hands get a little bit drier, your nails might not be growing as long or as quickly or as strong, and you might notice as well that your cuticles are a little bit dry, which is what I have noticed recently with mine. So I have tried to make more of a conscious effort to apply cuticle oil. Now usually for the rest of the year I'm rubbish at applying a cuticle oil. I have no excuse, it's out on my coffee table, so when I'm sat watching TV of an evening I really should be putting some of this on, but I'm just really bad at remembering. But this time of year I do apply it more regularly, and when I do apply it I do notice such a difference to the condition of my nails, and coming from someone who is a little bit of a stressed nail biter, it does help them grow stronger and longer and more quickly as well. So really good thing to be using during the winter, as is a thicker, maybe more of a balm texture hand cream. Now I have a couple here. The one that I'm working on at the moment is Helping Hands by Lush, and the smell isn't great. It's not my favourite smell. It's okay, it's not unpleasant, but it's not also pleasant, it's just meh. But this is the texture, so you can see it's not runny. I can leave it like that and it's not going to drip out. So it is a thicker consistency that is going to help with making my hands more hydrated at this time of year. especially if you notice your knuckles get really dry and they crack. This hand cream in particular was recommended to me and it is so far very, very good. If you are after more of a balm consistency, something a lot thicker, I picked this one up yesterday from Lush actually. This is the Sweet Wild Orange one. It smells a lot better than Helping Hands. A lot more refreshing. Obviously that zesty scent, and that's how it looks. So again, very, very thick. But with both of these hand creams or hand balms, they're not going to leave that sort of sticky or tacky residue on your hands afterwards. You can apply them and then get straight on with whatever you were doing. All right, next thing is a lip balm. Now, I am the type of person who will always, year round, have something on their lips. During the day, it's usually like a lipstick or a lip gloss, but overnight I'll apply lip balm. So it's very rare for me to actually not have any product on my lips at all. But at this time of the year, I'm more likely to go for a lip balm. So the one that I am using a lot at the moment, and I have hardly any left, and you probably can't even see anything in this tub. This is my little tub of Vaseline. So cheap and cheerful, but really, really good, does the job. And you can also apply some to your face as well if you're noticing that your face is getting a little bit dry. Another lip balm I have is Roche Posay Cicaplast in a squeezy tube. I've got about half of it left. So this is also really good if you notice that your lips are really, really dry. They're cracking, they're flaking, they're sore. This is a really good option. And then last three products are all skincare products. So at this time of the year with cleansers, it's a good idea to step up into sort of richer, more nourishing textures like a cleansing balm. And I have this one here from Hardie, and it's the Moringa cleansing balm. First time I've tried this one and I really love it. I think this might have replaced the M&S Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm as my favourite. Don't get me wrong, I do still love that one, but that one is just slightly too heavily fragranced, even though it smells incredible. And I have to be careful with it on my eyes. This one I can put on my eyes, no problem, and I can open my eyes and they're not stinging. The scent of this is lovely as well. It's still quite a strong floral scent, but it's just so lovely. And as you can see, it's a really thick texture, really great at hydrating your skin, fantastic at removing makeup as well. So if you are still sticking with things like gels, like cleansing gels or cleansing milks, upgrading to something more nourishing like a cleansing balm, if your skin can tolerate it, would be a good idea. And then at the serum stage, or possibly after you've done your serum, is introducing a facial oil. And I have this Squalene one here from Indeed Labs, and Squalene is a really good sort of like everyday one. This doesn't feel oily, even though it's an oil. It doesn't feel oily, it just feels like super hydrating, and it sinks into your skin really well. I use about 2 to 3 drops for my face and my neck, and that is plenty. I've also mixed this in with a concealer as well, so if you want your concealer to wear like a foundation, mixing in a couple drops of a Squalene oil will get that consistency. Not fragranced as well, so quite a nice one as well for sensitive skins perhaps. So I've just rubbed this into my hand, and hopefully you can see that it's not oily looking. It doesn't look oily from here, it doesn't feel oily, it just feels really, really smooth. So like with a cleansing balm, stepping up your serums or adding in an oil into your skincare routine is a really good way of just making sure your skin is getting an extra hit of hydration and of nourishment, and helping to sort of stop or kind of limit the amount of dryness you're experiencing. And then last suggestion, also skincare, is stepping up your moisturiser as well. So going for possibly thicker textures, again more nourishing, hydrating textures, looking for things like hyaluronic acid in there as well. And this is the one I'm using at the moment. This is the Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture, which, to be honest with you, I am not loving, but I will talk about it in an upcoming speed review video. But loads of people do love this moisturiser. Loads of people find it really, really hydrating, and it is quite a thick texture as well. Also brands like Lumine, their 24-hour balm, replenishing balm I think it is, that one is incredible. I've spoken about that a few times before on my channel. But also maybe something like Weleda Skin Food. This is quite greasy, to be honest. It's quite a thick texture. You do have to spend quite some time sort of rubbing it into your skin. And I did put a little bit of this on my cheeks this morning after putting my moisturiser on, because I noticed that my cheeks were just feeling a little bit tight, and this just immediately took that sensation away. So this perhaps is probably better suited to an evening, because you can apply a little bit more of it perhaps, and if your skin does look a little bit greasy or oily afterwards, it doesn't matter. But if you're spending the day at home, you're not going out, you're not seeing anyone, this can also work as a day moisturiser. But if you are going out and wanting to put a full face of makeup on straight away, then maybe that isn't a good option. But that's synced in really, really nicely. That feels really nourishing. I can still feel it on my fingers though, so it doesn't sink in as well as, say, the Squalene oil does, but super hydrating. And I actually bought this when I had my first allergic reaction, and it really helped to soothe it as well. My skin felt quite kind of calm and nourished afterwards. It didn't have any of that sort of tight burning sensation that I was feeling a lot. So there we go, those are my 9 suggestions, my 9 autumn winter essentials for this time of year. So please let me know in the comments down below what essentials you would recommend for this time of year as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. Hope you're enjoying Vlogmas, and I'll see you for tomorrow's video. So have a nice day guys, and I'll see you then. Bye.